Hi, I'm Mark, Whiskey 8 Bravo Bravo Quebec, here today from DX Engineering to discuss one of the topics that is probably our most common topic in relation to questions we get from customers. And that topic is installing connectors onto coaxial assemblies, the proper tools to use for both prepping and installing the connectors. So lucky enough, on our 20th anniversary this year of 2020, come to find that DX Engineering has engineered and built to our specifications some of the highest quality tools in the industry for both prepping and installing coaxial connectors to your coax in your shack. So I wanted to take a look at some of this stuff for you today just to see if we can simplify it, and so that's what we're here for. Let's take a look. What we have in front of us here are some different kits that are utilized. They basically break down into two groups. You're going to have kits that prep the coax, which is basically cutting the coax back, the different elements of the coax to the proper lengths needed for the good installation of your connector. So let's take a quick look at some of the things we have to offer. We're going to start with our Solder On Prep Tool Kit. This would be the kit that you would utilize if you planned on soldering on PL259 connectors, for example, to different size coax. A lot of cool things within this kit, starting with your basics. My favorite pair of cutters that I've ever used. These cutters are fantastic, also included with the kit. Great set of trimmers there, taking off some of the braid. But here's where we're getting to the important stuff here, and this is the actual prep tool itself. Again, engineered and built to specs by DX Engineering, of course. Two sides to this tool. We won't get into it too heavily, but basically the coax goes in one side and it gets twisted, take off the jacket, etc., etc. Then we're going to switch it to the other side, cleans up the rest of the coax, and boom, you are ready for your install of your solder-on connectors in this case. This tool works along, this is called a gripper, and this works alongside of the prep tool. So this is a very firm gripper here, and this is going to grip one side of the coax and hold it steady so you get a real clean cut using this tool. Some other tool that's involved within this kit are the installation tool for the PL259, for example. So with this you can twist the connector more easily onto the coax. We've got other items in here, spare blades, Allen wrench, and things like that. So this is the complete DX Engineering toolkit that you would need to prep your coax for solder-on connectors. Going hand in hand with that are the different tools that you would want to use for crimp-on connectors, for example. So this would be the crimp-on connector kit. Kind of the same idea as far as the grippers that you're going to use to hold the coax firmly so that you get a clean cut with the tool. These tools coincide with each other, each gripper going with the matching cutter. So this prep tool, for example, when you open it up inside, you can see that there's very fine blades in here that are set up. Again, it's the same process kind of as the solder-on connectors. You're going to go in one end to start the prep of the coax. Then there's also another end with a different blade setting that's going to clean that off for you. And you would be ready to install the crimp-on connectors. Again, same thing, comes with the cutters and a set of trimmers. We got some extra blades in here and stuff like that. So these two items here would be the prep tools. One for solder, one for crimp-on. Moving over here, if you are going the crimp-on route, is the crimping tool kit. Okay, and this consists of, again, these are all DX Engineering products. DX Engineering, engineered and built to our specs. Super, super heavy duty tool. Great tool. And with this kit, you get all the different dies. The dies are interchangeable so that you can go with the larger size coax, the smaller size coax, Anderson power poles rather. A lot of different options here. So this kit basically covers everything when it comes to crimp-on, if you want to go that route. We'll take a quick look here at the connectors. These are the DX Engineering patented crimp-on connectors. Obviously those would be required using with the Crimp On tool. We've also got the solder on connectors, reducers for different size coax and things like that. So again, everything you need to prep and install whichever type of connectors you decide to use. The really cool thing about all this is that all the tools you see here are available separately. And what that means is you can kind of build your tool collection as you go on. So it would be like adding tools to your Snap-on tool chest as you need them. So another good way to do it. Not as expensive as most people think. For example, for solder on connectors, basically you could get by if you wanted just the basics with just this tool. And with that, you could prep your coax for a solder on connector. So $65 and you're in the game and doing your own coax assemblies. As you progress down the road, maybe you want to spend the $14 or $15 on the cable gripper. You know, maybe your hands are getting a little weaker and you know, you want some assistance getting those connectors onto the coax, so you can just add on. The cool thing about that is that we also have available the DX Engineering kit boxes. So what this does is this offers a safe place to keep track of all your tools as you build up your collection, so to speak. So already preformed, ready to go. You know, you buy this this tool first. You've got a place to put it, and as you move on down the line, again, just a safe place to keep track of all your tools. And this is just the empty box that helps you build upon your collection as you go. So the same with the Crimp On connectors. What's really neat about this tool, as we mentioned earlier, is that the dies are replaceable. Okay, so when if you start off with 400 max coax, for example, you can buy the tool with that die. You have an installation where you're just using smaller 8X coax. You don't have to buy the whole tool. All right, all you have to do is just buy the correct set of die. You've already got, you know, super heavy duty tool to go with it, so just the die is needed. And getting into the Crimp On connectors, for example, the basics of what you would need to start off with, and we're talking just the basics here, but would be the prep tool, obviously, to get the coax ready for the connectors, and the Crimp On tool. So again, you're talking under $100, just under $100, and you're into that. And as with the solder on tools, you can add to the collection as you go on. So that about covers a lot of the things that are offered. We also have a wide selection of different accessories for when you're doing your project. You can think wire ties. We have wire marking systems, very cool tools like this. I find this real handy for my remote antenna switch installation outside. Great way to tighten and secure or loosen hard to reach PL259s or end connectors. Very inexpensive, they come in very handy, and in lime green you'll probably be the only one in the club to have them. So if you're looking to build yourself some fine coax assemblies, whether they're short jumpers or very long feed line runs, you should be looking to DX Engineering. Again, best tools on the market. If you have any questions, you can give me a shout. You can email me at w8bbq@dxengineering.com, or as always, you can visit us at www.dxengineering.com.